Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. We're going to talk about Robinhood, Prince of Thieves. Actually, no, we're going to talk about Robinhood, the exchange. And we had a latest hack on November 3rd. They finally came out with it. It's been about a week, and they had some data breaches. Now, before we start, I'd like to mention that, to be fair, no financial data was confiscated, and also basically no funds were compromised, so no one lost any money. But however, about 7 million customers had some personal information divulged. Now, I think this is kind of minor in terms of like what was actually divulged. There were no social security numbers, bank account numbers, debit card numbers, or financial information divulged from any account. But there were 5 million email addresses that were actually gotten from the database. Now, I really don't care if someone gets a hold of my email address. They can spam me. I can just block them. And I don't really pay attention to spam emails. So people who are spamming me are just wasting their time. Just hit that delete or block, and everything is perfectly cool. There were 2 million full names that were disclosed. So someone might actually know your name. Now, being in the United States, there are replicas of names. So someone having your name, probably not that big of a deal. However, they can tailor phishing emails directly to you. A lot more phishing emails directly to you. So that actually might be somewhat of a problem. As long as you avoid the phishing emails and ignore them, I think you will be perfectly fine. So, in addition to the 5 million email addresses, 2 million full names were actually given. Now, that's the bulk of the leak, and that doesn't seem too bad. But for 310 people, which is a small amount of people to be fair, additional info like names, date of birth, and zip codes were actually basically gotten. Now, if you're not a big user of Robinhood, you probably didn't get that information stolen because that's 310 people out of 7 million people. Roughly one out of every 10 or 100,000 got that information basically dug out from them. But it's names, date of birth, and zip code, so they may be able to create a false identity. So, got to watch out for that if you're one of the 310 people. I'm guessing that if you are one of those people, Robinhood probably did send you a separate notice. And there are 10 customers out of 7 million, one out of every 700,000 roughly, that had more extensive info actually stolen. Now, we don't really know what that extensive info is. We just know that it didn't include any social security numbers, account numbers, debit cards, or financial information. They might have gotten like how your soul is doing, where you store your soul, and other information like that, but no financial information, so you will not suffer financial loss. Now, I don't use Robinhood, so this does not affect me, but I know a lot of people do, especially a lot of crypto noobs, so you might be getting a lot of phishing emails from Robinhood. I personally don't believe in Robinhood because I'm a good capitalist. And capitalists don't believe in robbing from the rich and giving to the poor. Who does that? No, capitalists believe in robbing from the poor and giving to the rich. Because all these capitalist societies end up being corporate fat catocracies, just like the United States. And in a corporate fat catocracy, these little mice give all their money to the corporate fat cats because we buy the politicians and we buy all the laws. And the laws are made for us, not you. So yes, since I don't believe in Robinhood and the concept of robbing from the rich to give to the poor, and instead I believe in robbing from the poor and giving to the rich, because that's what corporate fat catocracies are all about, I do not actually use Robinhood. But for those of you that do, watch out for phishing emails that are actually coming. And just basically be aware that some people might have your information. Now, they might want to sell this information or extort Robinhood. Obviously, since Robinhood's come out with it, they can't really extort Robinhood anymore. And I don't really think most of this information, like email addresses and just full names, are actually worth very much. I'm not really sure how much money they actually wanted in the extortion, but obviously it did not work. I think Robinhood probably made the right choice coming out with it rather than trying to hide it. As no financial information was actually confiscated, I don't think it'll hurt too bad. But the thing is, Robinhood has already had plenty of PR troubles and image problems, especially with the GameStop stuff a while ago. So this definitely does not help Robinhood. I mean, their revenues have massively fallen because they're not a true exchange, not letting you deposit or withdraw. They're working on that. But the problem is, this just worsens their image and probably does not help their business prospects. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Remember, corporate fat cats, we don't believe in robbing from the poor, rich and giving to the poor. We believe in robbing from the poor and giving to the rich. Thank you and have a nice day.